Good morning everybody, hope everyone's well. So in this video I'm going to be showing you how I planned my Wales Coastal Path trip, which I did from Barmouth to Tonfanu, if that's how you pronounce it. So during this video I'm going to be showing you how I planned it, where I restocked my food and the pitch we chose. Come along, enjoy and see how I planned my route. Welcome to Dave Outdoors. Okay, so the first part of this then, it involves opening up OS maps and finding a route. So I was intrigued to do this route by a book that got given to me on my birthday from a Shropshire lad. It's a book all about the Wales Coastal Path. Now I wanted to start in a familiar spot, which was Barmouth. Been there numerous times, go there on family holidays and that, so Barmouth I'm quite familiar with. So too Fairbourne as well, which is where the Wales Coastal Path goes through. So let's open up OS Maps and have a look at how I plot my route. Okay, so OS Maps is opening. So I've already got the map at Barmouth. So I want to find the train station, which is the red dot in Barmouth, because that's how I'll be getting there. So I start at Barmouth and I plot my route through to Barmouth. Now, I will be arriving around dinner time, so what I want to do is maybe grab some lunch in Barmouth. So what I will do there is go on to Google Maps and just have a search around the area to see if there's any shops or some cafes where I can grab a bite to eat. Okay, so we've come across then the toll bridge, so that's where the train comes across, but also there's a footpath down the side of it. What I also do at this time as well, well, I'll plot it all first and then we'll show you if there's any live images from Google. So into Fairbourne we go then. So again, round Fairbourne, I'll be looking to see if there's any shops available, maybe to restock on food, maybe on some drink. So I remember this quite well. So this was this was very steep going up here. And we arrived then at the Blue Lake, which is an absolute beautiful spot, which unfortunately you can't get to anymore because it's been closed off by the landowner. Again, this little bit was pretty steep. It was a little track. And then what I wanted to do was to pitch my tent with a view. So overlooking the coast and overlooking some of the coastline as well would be nice. So I'm looking at this spot here. Now, the next thing I do, now I've plotted it, I want to try and get a bit of an aerial view, try and get a grasp of what the lay of the land's like. So now I shift into 3D view. From the 3D view you can also kind of gain how the inclination, how steep it's going to be, where you can stop for a rest beforehand. So let's have a look at the animation and let's have a look at the lay of the land. So as you can see, we go through, as soon as we come through Fairbourne, that's where the climb starts. So our route will take us past what we call the Blue Lake. Now, I've been there before and it's an absolute beautiful place. It really is. Looking by the route, you could actually you can deviate off the Wales Coastal Path a little bit and you can actually take a path to the Blue Lake and overlook it. So yeah, it's just like an old quarry pool, that's all. It's filled up and it literally is crystal blue. So I'll pop either a few clips or a couple of pictures up now. But yeah, there you go, you can follow the route. This is one route that I've took before where you can literally skirt up the side of it through a small little forestry. So there's a couple of nice ruined buildings there as well, which you pass through. So you've only got to just walk slightly past them and you find a little track which then actually takes you onto a B road. So once you've hit to the top on the road, once you've touched the road, you know then that you are literally at, it flattens out then. And then the camp I wanted, so looking on the OS maps, there was no houses around, and look at that for a view. So we can see Fairbourne, we can see Barmouth, we can see the coastline, we can see the coast, and also there'll be the mountain ridges as well in the distance. So this does look a pretty good route. Now, the only thing I'm a bit worried about is being spotted. So looking at that field where I've planned to stay, it seems to be well off the road. We seem to be the other side of a dip as well. So it would be impossible for somebody to see. Next thing I'm going to do as well is have a look at when the incline starts, when it starts to get steep. So coming through Fairbourne, it looks relatively flat, and that is where it starts to get steep. And I must admit, going up there was a little bit of a killer. Coming up this part then there, it's quite steep, but not as bad. And then as you hit the road, it starts to flatten quite nice. And then we hit camp for the night. Okay, so now what I've done is I've switched from OS Maps and I'm now onto Google Maps. So I found the area where I wanted to start, which was at Barmouth train station. Okay, so we've switched to aerial view, and now we found the little man down on the right hand side, which takes us from Google Street, and also if any pictures have been uploaded, we can see basically what's around. Okay, so now I have found the train station at Barmouth. I can see there's a cafe right by the side of it called Chuck's. So that would be a potential place to get something to eat. I can see that somebody's put a live image going across the toll bridge as well. So we can drag our little cursor and we can put it onto the bridge and we can see or get a grasp of what it's like. And you can kind of get a grasp of where I'm going to be camping tonight. It's going to be up on that ridge. That's where me and Neil in that little patch there, that's where we stopped and flew our drones. Okay, so now we've come into Fairbourne. Now, that was a little bit unexpected, really. That's not what it is there. That's now a pub. So I'm going to make my way into Fairbourne using Street View. And I want to see if there's any shops there where I can maybe resupply. There we go, there's a mini mart, so we could either get some dinner, some tea. Also, for your information as well, Fairbourne train station car park there is free parking. So what else we got there? Okay, so there's a place and pizza, so you could be able to get something to eat. A laundrette, I don't think I'll need that. But there's a shop and there's something to, there's a place where you can get something to eat as well. So that's fantastic. So I knew then I could resupply if needs be in Fairbourne. Okay, so here's the little route from the Google Maps, and you will see the mouse cursor then, it's going to be coming to the blue pool right there. So we can highlight or we zoom in and we can pick up our little man and we can see what type of pictures there's going to be there. So there's quite a few there. See the little blue dots? Just drop the man on it and look at that. What an absolute perfect pool that is. So that was the opening there for the blue pool. Unfortunately though, the landowners closed it all off due to the amount of litter, used barbecues. So the route I've took previously was going up through that little forestry as we previously said. It looks like a couple of old buildings there. We can move up and here's the track here. Now that track will take us to the road. And it is a live street view road as well. So again, we can get a good lay of the land. There's our little track there coming up. And it will meet the road. So we keep moving along. I do have a little reference to which field it is I need to be in, which is just here on the right hand side. And a little bit of a clue is in the field here, you'll be able to see some standing stones. Now, if we flick back to OS maps, we will see that there is a reference on the map there that says standing stones. And so this is how I plan the majority of my trips. It is a combination of OS maps, Google Maps, having a little 3D animation so you can get a grasp of what the height, the footpaths that you've got to go up, the route you've got to take. You've just got to pick a route, pick a spot. The main thing though is considerably look into detail onto OS maps and onto Google as well. Make sure there's no houses around. Make sure it could be as well open access land. Fortunately for me, it is open access land, so it's a little bit better than it being non-open access land. Not really sure of the ins and outs, but it's an open access land, which means you can kind of have the right to roam on it. So, there we go. Sorry it's not in detail. It's only just a quick video. I forgot I had this actually. On how I planned my Wales Coastal Path route when I did it with Uncle Outdoors, and then Gordon and Mike joined us for day 2 as well. Thank you for staying with us. Keep yourselves safe, and I'll see you on another lockdown adventure with me, Dave Outdoors. Take care.